Hi guys! So I'm back with part 3 of February's block near the end of March, but never mind, it doesn't matter. So I've done a lot of stuff, done a lot of flowers since I showed you last. And oh, let's turn my light on up here. Doink! Okay, so now you can see them better. Okay, so I think I just had these 3 on the last video, and then I posted this one on Instagram, and this is the one that I'm going to show you today how to do. I'm going to do another one over here and then have the stem come down the same way, like down the side, so it's kind of hanging over here because I really like how that looks. And then I did these 2, which I don't have stems for yet. These we did in the samplers, so you can figure those out pretty easily. The only thing I would say about these is to keep putting more rounds on until you just can't anymore, because it makes them nice and plump if you want plump flowers. And then I did kind of fancy on the leaves here. Don't think we did that. I don't know. I think Rachel might have done it without like saying, here's what I'm doing. But it's not too hard. Same thing on this one. This one I kind of split up because I wanted this to be like in front of this flower. I don't know if you can tell that, but anywho, and this one I tried to do a little fancy because I did like 3 different colors on each petal, so the lightest color is towards the center, but the stitches aren't very straight, so it's a little woo-woo. But I like it. I like how it looks, and I like this. This is just French knots in a little semicircle, and then the stem stitch, and then the leaves down here. And then I did this big one because I saw somebody else do this on, I think on Instagram, yeah, because I asked her, how did you do that? And they're just little fly stitches, very little stitches, and they're just not pulled taut. When you tack it down, you don't pull it taut so that it's more rounded. And it's supposed to look like, at least I think anyway, it's supposed to look like a hydrangea bush. And so then this stem right here is supposed to be attached, belonging to the hydrangea bush. And I kind of put little, you know, things that are supposed to go like around the flower here. It's a little hard to tell because they kind of go through the middle of the other fancy flowers here with the beads, but it's okay. I like it. I like how it looks. And then I just did simple lazy daisy stitches here for 3 flowers there, and I'll make stems for those later. Just simple stem stitches. And I think that's everything since the last time I showed you. Okay, so let's get started on this one. And this is one that I saw Rachel do. I don't know what it's called, but it does use, this is turkey work. I think you could call it turkey work. And at first I was like, I don't know, it's kind of raggedy. But then once I got used to it a little, and then especially after I put the stem on it, I really liked it. I like how fluffy it is. It just kind of naturally fluffs up. So yeah, I'll show you how to do it. So we're going to use DMC. I think this is DMC. No, it's Prism. Whatever. But it's Perlay thread. And this is just a pack I got because it was like pastel colors and I liked the colors. So I pulled the purple out of there. So I'm going to use that for this part, for the fluffy bits. And then we're going to use these two colors for the inner area, and you'll see how that works when we get to it. And then I might use this when I'm doing French knots in the middle. I might put it with, you know, a strand of it with the pink. That's my intention. We'll see if it actually shows up. I don't know if it will. Oh, and I have my little buttons out. I don't know. I might just play around with, oh, what else can I put on here? I'm not sure if I'll put buttons on or not. But I'm really liking how it's looking. I don't think it needs a whole lot more. So we'll just work on that one big flower here. So the way that I'm going to start is to draw a circle so that I have a guide, because I did not do that over here and it kind of became more of an oval than a circle, which is okay, but I'd rather have a circle, so we're going to draw a circle. Just a rough, roundish shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and then we're going to put thread around the outside. So I've already got my purple thread threaded. Whoops. And I'm not tying a knot at the end. You'll see why. Okay, let's just start from the front. So we're gonna kind of do this in chunks, like several stitches. Well, I don't know what you'd call a stitch at this point, but okay. So I'm just gonna leave that up there. Maybe a little shorter, but you want to leave lots of room so that you can give it a nice shaped haircut. So we're gonna put a few more right next to it, actually next to it and just above it, about the same length. So we'll just pull this back through. Oops. Okay, and then go back down, but not all the way. Because we want to have several pieces that are that same length, if that makes sense. You've seen Rachel do this, you know what I mean. Okay, so right now that's a loop, but we will be cutting it apart, so that's like two pieces, and it's about the same length. Can you see that okay? I should probably zoom in at this point. There we go. Okay, so if I stay right there, whoop, to about there. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out where is going to be in frame. Should be fine if I stay right here. Alright, so I'm going to come back up. And I'm holding these down to get them out of the way, but also so that I don't pull this too hard and pull the loop back through. We don't want to do that. So back down right next to that one to make another loop. Oops, that one I went too far. So I'm going to pull that back out. Yep, that's good. do we need to do? See if I can tell. So this is turkey work, but it's like small pieces. So I'm going to make 6 or 7 of these. Oh darn it, I didn't pull that one through. Okay, that I pulled too far. Not that side. There. Okay, I don't know what this loop is from. But at this point, I'm not going to worry about it. It's just a little piece of string on the back. It's not going to hurt anything. So if that happens where you're like, oh, that was a few stitches ago, don't pull it out. Just leave it. At least that's my philosophy. Make it easy on yourself. Okay, so we're keeping these close together. Let's do a couple more here. Actually, yeah, let's do one over here on this side. Try not to go through the other thread, because that could cause problems. So I hope everyone's doing well. Are you guys all doing this project? Let me know if you are. I'm curious. It seems like a lot of people are doing it, because I know a lot of people, at least for my little channel, a lot of people are watching these particular videos about the stitchery blocks. It's a fun project. I'm finding it very freeing. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 loops and an end. I'll do 2 more. Okay, and we will end with a down stitch. So then on the back, that's kind of a mess already, but it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna stick this through the blob that's already there and make a little knot. Come on, you, go in. Okay, then cut that. I guess I could, yeah, why not? Okay, I'm gonna stick it back through. It won't be loose because I just put a knot in it. Where do I want to do this? Yeah, that's good. Okay. So I did the knot, and then I'm just doing one loose thread like that. Okay, so then we put this needle aside, and we're going to get a different needle, and we're going to enclose this. Okay, I don't usually use 6 strands unless I want it to be really bulky, which I don't really in this instance. Okay, and I need one of these little needles. I think that'll go through. Oh, you're out of frame, or I'm out of frame. I'm using one of these little needles. I don't know which number it is. It's little. And I'm going to use this purple thread now. Okay, so So we're going to enclose this. Come on, where are you, needle? So we come up right by the edge, the side of these stitches. And then down. And try and make it tight, you know. Don't do it way out here. Do it nice and close to the stitches. Okay, so that's not really on them yet, but it will be. And I guess we can come up on this side. Don't waste thread. Okay. So we're kind of tying these down. Okay. Come back up on this side. Oops. Now I can kind of go even behind it a little bit. Let's try that. You know what I mean? Behind the stitches, not just straight across there. So you see what I'm doing? It's shaping these to be one big chunk of flower. That's not really one petal because we're gonna clip those into separate threads, but it's one chunk. Okay, go across, and I'm gonna try and go a little behind on this side. You see what I'm doing? Except I want to try and aim it out like that, away from the blob of stitches on the back. And like, see that? You can see daylight through there. That's okay, because I can go back, come back up and do a stitch across there. Right there. And I'm not really counting. You could, I suppose. That's probably good. But I think that is good for that chunk of petal. So what I'm going to do is just try and park this over here somewhere on the side. We'll see if that works. I don't know if I need to. Maybe I can clip it. Yeah, why don't I do that? Use one of my little clips. Okay. This is just to get these strands out of the way while I do some more purple work. Okay, and then I don't have to unthread it and whatever, cut it and all that jazz. Okay, so go back to the purple one. let's start right next to where the first one is. Whoop. Okay, maybe I should sit back down. So again, I'm going to start from the top. Oh, you guys, I gotta tell you, I got a new toy right before I went on my retreat last week. I got an light with a magnifying glass that can either be a floor lamp or a table lamp. And so I brought the table lamp attachment with me, and man, that was so nice. I could sit, and I did sit at my table stitching like this on this piece, in fact, for hours. It was so nice to have enough light and, you know, I could see it well because of the magnifying glass. It was just great. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna hold, whoops, looks like I just went right through the middle of that. There it is, okay. Alright. Thought I went through the middle of a stitch, but I didn't. Where's my loop? I think I went a little too far. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh, there we go. Okay. I like made my loop disappear. Okay. Back down. Let's move over here a little. Try and stay on the outside of the circle. That's looking good. So I haven't seen too many of the butterfly pages yet on Instagram, but I have not looked at the Facebook page in a while. I know a lot of people post there. Is that? Yes. Okay, that's good. How many loops do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Okay, let's do 2 more. Down back here. On the back side. just like tying these off because the thread is much bulkier and it does get in the way. Okay, and then we'll pull it back out the front. Somewhere over here. Ugh, come on. Oh, too far in. Here we go. That's where I want it. Okay, then we'll cut it. Okay, set that aside, unclip this. Okay. So I'm pulling this like as far over as I can so I can see where I want the purple thread to come up. Okay, and same thing, pull it over the other way so I can see where to go down. Make sure you can see that. Can you see that? Where am I? There I am. Okay. Maybe a little closer. Let's do stand up. Okay, but we'll come back up on that same side. Try to. I try to put my thumbnail next to right where I want the needle to come up so I can then feel my thumbnail as I'm sticking the needle through. That does help. Sometimes I do stick myself though, and that's not fun. Okay, I know this is going to be, well, okay, I thought it was going to leave space, but maybe not. I thought it was going to have the purple showing through, but it looks like not. Okay. Right there. Nope. A little too far in. Okay. Can you guys see that? No. Alright. Fiddle, fiddle. Okay. Sometimes it is difficult to pull through because you go through a bunch of other threads. But that's okay. Okay, let's come up on this same side. Close to my thumbnail. Right. No. Not close enough. That probably would have worked. Yeah, right there. That's where I want it. Now this is where wearing one of these helps. Come on. Because then this helps you grip the needle to pull it through. This, I think this is, well, I forget what these are called. I'll look it up. They're cheap and they do help with grabbing the needle so your hands aren't all worn out or as worn out if you're doing lots of stitching. Okay, let's go back down a little. Right, a little more. There it is. There it is. Okay. So, I think you get the idea. There's my needle. Okay. Okay, so you kind of get the idea. You're just going to go around, all the way around the circle, doing that. Capturing the several bundles of thread. Or I guess this is one bundle. Capturing your bundle with the contrasting thread. And then go all the way around. So I will come back when I've gone all the way around and we'll do the next step. Okay, I am back, and as you can see through my new fancy light, isn't this cool? I love it. Just wanted to show it to you. So I'm on the very last little bunch of stitches, and I didn't intend to do this, but it just kind of worked out that I got I got 8 bunches, so it worked out very evenly, you know, down, across, and then 2 diagonals, so that's kind of nice. They'll be symmetrical. So now I'm just going across this last bunch, and how long did this take me? A couple hours. I'm not a super fast sewer like Rachel is, but that's okay. I don't mind being slow. I listen to my audiobooks while I'm doing this. I'm listening to this great mystery. It's called, what is it called? The series is the Thursday Murder Club, and it's these older people who actually are living in a, you know, it's not really assisted living, it's more just a community of older people. And one of them used to work for MI5, and it's like these 4 older people who are in their 70s, and they just kind of click together. They're very different. They're from very different backgrounds. And there's so much wonderful humor in it, but not at the expense of the characters. And there's a lot of wisdom about growing older, I think. It's really fun. I highly recommend it if you like mysteries at all. And it's kind of a cozy mystery. It's not like a serial killer type thing. It's a little lighter. And it's really about the characters the four who are in this group who are solving murders. And then there's two police officers in the little town who they befriend. And it's about their lives too. So yeah, it's really fun to listen to. And the woman who does the audiobook is fantastic. She has very distinct voices for all the characters, and it's so fun to listen to. They really come alive. Okay, a couple more stitches on this, and I think we should be ready for the next step. Okay, I think that's good enough. That knot did not work. Okay, we'll just do another one. I don't know what happened, got twisted or something. Keep sticking my needle in that. Better than my finger, I guess. Alright, now we can cut that off. And we can look at this beautiful flower that's not finished yet. Okay, so I'm going to take these off. I don't know why this is here. Now we're going to give it a haircut. So first we need to cut all the loops open. I suppose I could just cut it, but I think it's nicer to get all the loops open and see how long the strands are. And it's fun. It's fun making this flower. It looks like it's a little shorter on this side. That's why I give myself plenty of room, do these long, because I know I'm not going to get them all the same length. So we'll just even it up at this stage. So just to compare, that's what it's gonna look like, pretty much. That's what it looks like now. Like it needs a haircut. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna start cutting and just go around. Get these kind of straightened out. This That looks a little long. This is just the first cut. There's kind of a gap there. I wonder if I need to put like another small petal. I could still do that if I want to. If it's looking really bare there. Okay, that's looking better. The other thing is I don't want it to cover up him. I want you to be able to see the kids there, so I need it to be a little shorter than that. Little bits here. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to stick a little extra one in there. Okay, well, I think that looks pretty good except for that bare spot. And then of course we'll do the middle. But let me just pause and I will stick a little more stitches in there in that spot. Be right back. Okay, I'm back and I can show you on this little circle here on the magnifier is like even more magnified. So you can see this is the one that I added between this one and that one. It was a tight squeeze, but I did it. So now we will trim it to match the rest. Let's cut the loops first. Alright. These two are too long. Okay. I think this side looks good. Oops. That side looks good. This side still looks pretty hairy. Pretty hairy. Okay, and now, I was gonna do French knots. Now I'm wondering if I should do satin stitch like I did on this. I don't know. I think I'll stick with the French knots. Okay, so we're gonna do this color. I'm gonna do 3 strands so I can get lots of nice little knots. Lots of knots. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Pull down. Push it back through. Okay, so I am done getting all the French knots in the middle, and I think it looks really nice. I like it. So now you know how to do that kind of flower. It's pretty easy, it's just time consuming. And I really like it because I like how the band of color stands out between the hairy bits sticking out and then the French knots in the middle. I meant to do that over here, but then I ended up using the same color and the band just kind of melted away. Couldn't see it. So I really like how this one looks now. I'm probably going to have to give it a little more of a haircut so I can see this guy and his apple, but not too much because I really like how it looks now. Okay, and then I just have to add in a few stems, and I think I'm going to call it done. And then I got to get working on the butterfly page. So thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this and that you're working on your own pages. Alright, I will see you in the next video.